You know that feeling, right? That split second where you realize you're about to witness something truly hilarious? Maybe it's a friend tripping up the stairs, a dog completely misjudging a jump, or even yourself, caught in a moment of glorious, gravity-defying clumsiness. We've all been there, teetering on the edge of disaster. These moments catch us off guard, reminding us that life is messy and unpredictable. So, grab your favorite cozy blanket and get ready for a compilation of epic fails to brighten your day. There's something undeniably magnetic about watching people and animals take a tumble. It's not about schadenfreude, but recognizing our shared humanity. We all stumble and fall, both literally and figuratively. These moments remind us that perfection is overrated. It's okay to laugh at ourselves and embrace the unexpected. These shared experiences can be strangely unifying. They remind us of our shared humanity and capacity for humor. Now, before we dive into the hilarious world of epic fails, let me just say this. We're not laughing at anyone, we're laughing with them. These clips are all about finding joy in moments where things go hilariously wrong. Embrace the absurdity of it all. There's something freeing about laughing at ourselves. Life is just plain silly. Embrace the chaos and find humor in the unexpected. Life is too short to take everything so seriously. Get ready for a wild ride through the world of epic fails, from classic slapstick moments to adorable animal antics. We've got it all: gravity-defying spills, spectacularly mistimed jumps, and a whole lot of furry friends reminding us that even the most graceful creatures have their clumsy moments. We'll see humans attempting impressive feats of athleticism only to be thwarted by their own two left feet. We'll witness animals navigating their world with a mixture of curiosity and clumsiness, proving that sometimes the journey is far more entertaining than the destination. And throughout it all, we'll be right there with you, laughing along, sharing in the joy, and maybe even cringing in sympathy. Because let's face it, as much as we might hate to admit it, there's a little bit of each of these fails within all of us. So, buckle up, grab your favorite snack, and get ready for a heartwarming, side-splitting celebration of all things clumsy, awkward, and undeniably hilarious. Let's start with a classic, shall we? Doors. Those seemingly simple portals can quickly become our comedic nemeses. We've all been there, approaching a door with confidence, only to misjudge its swing. There's the slow-motion realization that you're about to walk straight into a pane of glass, and the awkward shuffle after misjudging a revolving door's rhythm. But hey, at least it makes for some pretty hilarious footage, right? Ah, gravity, that invisible force that keeps us grounded, literally. It's also, let's face it, a bit of a prankster, always lurking, waiting for the perfect opportunity to remind us who's boss. One minute you're strolling along, feeling like you're on top of the world, the next you're flat on your back. It's the ultimate leveler, affecting everyone and everything, from clumsy humans to unsuspecting squirrels. We've all been there, misjudging a step, losing our balance on an icy sidewalk. And let's not forget those spectacular falls that seem to defy the laws of physics. As painful as those falls might be, there's something inherently funny about watching gravity work its magic. Now, for those who think they've mastered the art of coordination, let's take a look at the wonderful world of sports bloopers. From professional athletes to weekend warriors, the playing field is ripe for epic fails, reminding us that even the most skilled among us are susceptible to the occasional stumble. Picture this: a basketball player soaring through the air for a slam dunk, only to miss the hoop completely. or a golfer lining up the perfect shot, only to send the ball bouncing backwards. And who can forget those cheerleading routines gone wrong, turning graceful pyramids into chaotic piles of limbs? Sports are supposed to be about skill, precision, and grace under pressure. But sometimes it's the unexpected moments of clumsiness that steal the show, leaving us both entertained and strangely inspired. They remind us that even the pros make mistakes, that it's okay to laugh at ourselves, and that sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination. Section 4. Kids being kids. Tiny humans, maximum mayhem. Let's be honest, folks. No compilation of epic fails would be complete without a healthy dose of kids being kids. They're like tiny, adorable agents of chaos, navigating the world with a blend of curiosity, clumsiness, and complete disregard for personal safety. From face planting into birthday cakes to taking tumbles on the playground, kids provide an endless supply of hilarious mishaps. There's something so pure and innocent about their falls, a reminder that life is about exploration, experimentation, and learning from our mistakes. Watching them navigate the world with such unbridled enthusiasm is both entertaining and heartwarming. They remind us to embrace our inner child, to never lose our sense of wonder, and to always find joy in the simplest things, even if it means taking a tumble or two along the way. Section 5. Fashion faux pas runways to reality checks. And finally, let's take a lighthearted look at those moments when fashion goes from fabulous to faceplant. The runway might be a place of glamour and poise, but even the most seasoned models aren't immune to the occasional wardrobe malfunction or gravity-defying stumble. Picture this: a model strutting down the catwalk in sky-high heels, only to lose her footing and take a tumble. Or a designer's elaborate creation unraveling at the worst possible moment, leaving the model desperately trying to maintain her composure. These moments remind us that even in the seemingly perfect world of fashion, things don't always go according to plan. They also highlight the often hilarious disconnect between the aspirational world of high fashion and the realities of everyday life. Because let's face it, who among us hasn't tripped over their own 2 feet while trying to look effortlessly chic? We've all been there, teetering on the edge of disaster in the name of fashion, and that's okay. It's all part of the fun, right? Section 1. Four-legged fumbles. The wonderful world of animal fails. Now let's turn our attention to the animal kingdom, a treasure trove of hilarious fails that never fail to brighten our day. From clumsy canines to mischievous monkeys, animals have a knack for finding themselves in the most unexpected and comical situations. Whether it's a dog misjudging a jump, a cat getting stuck in a box, or a bird taking a nosedive into a window, animal fails are a delightful reminder that we're not the only ones who experience the occasional mishap. In fact, animals often take clumsiness to a whole new level, their antics a perfect blend of innocence, unpredictability, and pure comedic gold. So, get ready to enter a world of furry fumbles, feathered fiascos, and four-legged faux pas as we celebrate the adorable and hilarious ways animals remind us that life is always better with a little laughter. Section 2. Dogs, masters of mischief and mishaps. Let's be honest, dogs are the undisputed kings and queens of epic fails. Their boundless energy, unwavering enthusiasm, and often misguided confidence make them prime candidates for hilarious mishaps. From face planting into snowdrifts to chasing their tails in endless circles, dogs embrace life with a gusto that's both endearing and hilarious. They're the masters of the accidental headbutt, the champions of the awkward tumble, and the undisputed rulers of the zoomies, those bursts of frantic energy that often end in a pile of limbs and a whole lot of laughter. But here's the thing about dogs. No matter how many times they stumble, they always get back up, tails wagging, ready for the next adventure. They're a constant reminder that life is too short to take ourselves too seriously, and that sometimes the best thing we can do is just embrace the chaos and enjoy the ride. Section 3. Cats, graceful creatures, occasionally comical. Cats, on the other hand, are often seen as the epitome of grace and elegance. With their sleek movements, piercing gazes, and air of effortless cool, they seem to glide through life with an almost regal demeanor. But don't let their sophisticated facade fool you. Even these feline overlords have their moments of clumsiness. There's something particularly amusing about watching a cat, a creature known for its agility and balance, take a tumble. It's like witnessing a glitch in the Matrix, a brief but hilarious reminder that even the most graceful creatures are susceptible to the occasional mishap. Whether it's a cat misjudging a leap and landing with an undignified thud, getting stuck in a box twice its size, or knocking over a meticulously arranged stack of objects with a single nonchalant paw swipe. Feline fails are a delightful reminder that even the most composed creatures have their clumsy moments. Section 4. The Animal Kingdom's Clumsy Crew. A menagerie of mishaps. But the world of animal fails extends far beyond our canine and feline companions. From the soaring heights of the sky to the depths of the ocean, creatures of all shapes and sizes have mastered the art of the epic fail. We've got birds taking nosedives into windows, squirrels misjudging their leaps from tree to tree, penguins slipping and sliding on their bellies, and even fish leaping out of the water with such enthusiasm that they end up stranded on land. These moments highlight the sheer diversity and unpredictability of the animal kingdom, reminding us that no matter how different we may seem, we all share in the common experience of occasionally making a fool of ourselves. Section 5. Why we can't resist a good animal fail. The science of cuteness. So, what is it about animal fails that we find so endlessly entertaining? Sure, there's the element of surprise, the unexpectedness of seeing a creature known for its grace or agility take a tumble. But there's something more at play here, something deeper that tugs at our heartstrings and leaves us with a warm, fuzzy feeling. Scientists believe that our love for animal fails is rooted in something called the cute response. When we see something small, soft, and clumsy, our brains release a surge of dopamine, the feel-good hormone associated with pleasure and reward. This response is thought to be an evolutionary adaptation, encouraging us to care for and protect vulnerable creatures. So, the next time you find yourself giggling uncontrollably at a video of a puppy tripping over its own feet, or a kitten getting stuck in a paper bag, know that it's not just you. It's science at work, reminding us of the powerful connection we share with the animal kingdom. Section 6. From Slips to Slapstick. A celebration of animal antics. As we've seen, the world of animal fails is a vast and hilarious landscape, filled with unexpected tumbles, awkward landings, and moments of pure comedic gold. From dogs to cats, birds to fish, creatures of all shapes and sizes have mastered the art of making us laugh with their clumsiness. But these fails are more than just a source of amusement. They're a reminder that life is full of surprises, that even the most graceful creatures have their off days, and that sometimes the best thing we can do is just laugh at ourselves and the absurdity of it all. So, The next time you're feeling down, remember the animal kingdom's clumsy crew and their endless capacity for making us smile. Embrace the unexpected, find joy in the mishaps, and never underestimate the power of a good animal failed to brighten your day. Section 1. When Species Collide, a Comedy of Errors. Okay, folks, buckle up because we're entering the hilarious world of interspecies interactions, where humans and animals collide in a symphony of unexpected moments. These are the stories that make us say, "Did that just really happen?" A glorious blend of confusion, surprise, and laugh-out-loud absurdity. We've all seen those classic videos. The dog who thinks he's a lapdog, attempting to cuddle with a very unimpressed house cat. Or the mischievous monkey who's mastered the art of snatching sunglasses and hats, much to the chagrin of their human victims. It's like watching a live-action cartoon unfold, complete with exaggerated reactions and perfectly timed mishaps. There's something inherently funny about the way humans and animals, with our vastly different perspectives and communication styles, try to navigate the world together. It's a constant reminder that life is full of surprises, and sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the biggest laughs. Section 2. Dogs versus Mailmen. A tale as old as time. Let's start with a classic tale of interspecies rivalry. Dogs versus mail carriers. It's a story as old as time, a timeless battle of wills played out on front porches and sidewalks across the globe. On one side, we have the loyal and protective canine, determined to defend their territory from any perceived threat. On the other, the brave and often bewildered mail carrier, just trying to do their job and deliver the day's mail. Throw in a few frantic barks, a wagging tail, and a well-placed newspaper, and you've got yourself a recipe for comedic gold. Now, we all know most dogs are just big softies at heart. Their bark far worse than their bite. But there's something undeniably hilarious about watching them go into full-on guard dog mode, especially when the object of their suspicion is a harmless postal worker just trying to make their rounds. Section 3. Cats and Cucumbers. The ultimate jump scare. Next up, we have a phenomenon that's taken the internet by storm: cats and their irrational fear of cucumbers. It's a mystery for the ages. This seemingly innocuous vegetable sending our feline friends into a frenzy of hisses, leaps, and panicked escapes. Imagine this. You're a cat, lounging on the kitchen floor, enjoying a moment of peace and tranquility. Suddenly you turn around and bam! There, lurking behind you, is a green, bumpy, utterly terrifying cucumber. It's enough to make even the most dignified kitty lose their cool. Why the extreme reaction? Some experts theorize that cats associate the sudden appearance of a cucumber with snakes, their natural predators. Others believe it's simply the unexpectedness of the situation that sends them into a frenzy. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure: cats versus cucumbers is a guaranteed recipe for laughter. Section 4. Interspecies friendships. Love, laughter, and the occasional mishap. Now, don't let all those near misses and comedic clashes fool you. When it comes to humans and animals, there's plenty of love and laughter to go around. In fact, some of the funniest moments come from watching interspecies friendships unfold. Those heartwarming bonds that defy logic and species boundaries. We've all seen those heartwarming stories. The dog who befriends a duckling, the cat who adopts a litter of kittens, the unlikely duo who prove that love knows no bounds. And while these friendships are undeniably adorable, they also come with their fair share of hilarious hiccups. Picture this: a Great Dane trying to play fetch with a Chihuahua, a parrot mimicking its owner's sneeze at the most inopportune moment, a cat using its human's head as a convenient scratching post. It's these moments of shared silliness, these reminders that no matter how different we may be, that make interspecies friendships so special. Section 5. Shared silliness, celebrating the bond between humans and animals. So, as we've seen, the relationship between humans and animals is a complicated and hilarious dance. We're constantly trying to figure each other out, to communicate across species lines, and to navigate a world that's full of surprises. But through it all, there's a shared silliness, a recognition that life is better when we don't take ourselves too seriously. Whether it's a dog chasing its tail, a cat batting at a laser pointer, or a human trying to teach their parrot to sing, these moments remind us of the simple joys of being alive. So, let's celebrate the bond between humans and animals, those moments of shared laughter, unexpected encounters, and heartwarming connections that make life so rich and rewarding. Because at the end of the day, we're all just a bunch of goofballs trying to figure out this crazy thing called life together. Section 1. Curtain up. Music notes ready. All right, everybody. It's time to cue the music. We've seen some truly epic fails, from gravity-defying spills to interspecies shenanigans. Now let's set the mood with a soundtrack that perfectly complements these hilarious moments, because nothing enhances a good laugh like the right tune playing in the background. Think about it, a perfectly timed bowing. Sound effect as someone takes a tumble, a dramatic orchestral swell as a cat leaps to impossible heights, or a jaunty piano melody accompanying a dog chasing its tail in endless circles. Music has this magical ability to elevate the ordinary to the extraordinary, transforming even the most awkward mishaps into side-splitting moments of comedic brilliance. So, get ready to crank up the volume and prepare for a symphony of silliness, as we pair our favorite fails with music that's guaranteed to get you tapping your toes and laughing out loud. Section 2. The Doorway of Doom. A symphony of slapstick. Remember those door-related disasters we witnessed earlier? The slow-motion collisions, the awkward fumbles, the sheer panic in the eyes of those who dared to enter the doorway of doom? Let's revisit those moments, this time with a soundtrack that perfectly captures the slapstick absurdity of it all. Imagine, if you will, the classic Yakety Sax by Boots Randolph, playing as someone approaches a revolving door with misplaced confidence, only to be spun around like a top. Or picture the Benny Hill theme song accompanying a frantic chase scene involving a runaway shopping cart and a pair of automatic doors. And for those moments of pure glass-shattering impact, nothing beats the dramatic clang of a cymbal or the resounding bonk of a xylophone. It's the perfect blend of surprise, pain, and comedic timing, all set to a soundtrack that's as timeless as the fails themselves. Section 3. Gravity's Greatest Hits. Soundtracking the inevitable. Ah, gravity. That universal force that brings us all down to Earth, literally. As we saw earlier, gravity has a knack for turning even the most graceful movements into a symphony of stumbles, slips, and faceplants. So, let's give these gravity-defying, or rather, gravity-obeying moments the soundtrack they deserve. For those slow-motion falls that seem to last an eternity, we need something dramatic, something that builds suspense before culminating in a comical crash landing. Picture the soaring strings and ominous timpani drums of Richard Strauss's Also Sprach Zarathustra, as someone takes a tumble down a flight of stairs, each bump and bounce perfectly synchronized with the music. And for those sudden, unexpected slips that send people sprawling, nothing beats a well-placed slide whistle or a perfectly timed whoopsie sound effect. It's the perfect way to acknowledge the inherent clumsiness of the human condition, all while adding a touch of lighthearted humor to the situation. Section 4. Animal Antics, a menagerie of melodies. Now, let's turn our attention to the animal kingdom, where every day is a symphony of squeaks, chirps, and barks. From dogs chasing their tails to cats batting at invisible objects, animals have a knack for creating their own brand of chaotic harmony. So, let's enhance these furry and feathered fiascos with a soundtrack that's as playful and unpredictable as the animals themselves. Imagine a playful, bouncy tune like The Entertainer by Scott Joplin, accompanying a litter of puppies tumbling over each other in a flurry of wagging tails and playful nips. Or picture the whimsical sounds of a music box as a kitten bats at a dangling toy. It's every swat and pounce perfectly synchronized with the tinkling melody. And for those moments of pure animalistic chaos, when dogs chase squirrels up trees and cats launch themselves at unsuspecting curtains, nothing beats a frenetic, high-energy track that captures the sheer exuberance and unpredictability of the animal kingdom. Section 5. When Humans and Animals Collide, a soundtrack for the unexpected. And finally, let's revisit those hilarious moments when humans and animals collide, creating a symphony of miscommunication, surprise, and laugh-out-loud absurdity. These are the moments that remind us that no matter how different we may be, we all share a common language: laughter. Imagine a mischievous, playful tune like Leroy Anderson's The Syncopated Clock accompanying a scene of a cat deliberately tripping its owner as they walk by. Or picture the dramatic strains of Ride of the Valkyries as a dog steals a picnic basket and leads a group of hapless humans on a wild goose chase through the park. And for those heartwarming moments when humans and animals share a genuine connection, a moment of shared laughter or a tender embrace, nothing beats a soundtrack that's both uplifting and heartwarming. A reminder that even in a world full of chaos and mishaps, there's always room for love, laughter, and a little bit of silliness. Well, folks, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of epic fails, gravity-defying spills, and interspecies shenanigans. We've laughed, we've cringed, we've maybe even shed a tear or two, from laughing so hard, of course. But most importantly, we've experienced the powerful, unifying force of humor. Because that's the thing about these moments, isn't it? They have this incredible ability to connect us, to remind us that we're all in this crazy thing called life together. No matter who we are, where we come from, or what our lives look like, we all experience those moments where things just don't go according to plan. And sometimes, the best thing we can do is just laugh at the absurdity of it all. So the next time you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or just in need of a good chuckle, remember the power of a good fail. Cue up those hilarious videos, share them with your loved ones, and let the laughter wash over you. As we've seen, fails come in all shapes and sizes. They can be big or small, physical or mental, human or animal. But the one thing they all have in common is their ability to remind us that we're all just a bunch of flawed, imperfect, and often hilarious beings trying to navigate our way through this world. So, let's raise a toast to our collective clumsiness, to our shared capacity for making mistakes, for tripping over our own 2 feet, and for occasionally finding ourselves face to face with a door that wasn't there a second ago. Let's embrace our inner goofballs, those parts of ourselves that aren't afraid to laugh at our own expense, to find humor in the unexpected, and to celebrate the messy, unpredictable beauty of being human. Because at the end of the day, it's not about avoiding failure, it's about learning to laugh at it, to grow from it, and to never, ever take ourselves too seriously. So, the next time you witness an epic fail, whether it's your own or someone else's, remember to approach it with a sense of humor and a generous heart. Because behind every stumble, every spill, every moment of "oh no," there's a story waiting to be told, a moment of shared laughter waiting to be experienced. Share those stories, spread the laughter, and remind those around you that it's okay to not be perfect, to embrace the chaos, and to find joy in the unexpected. Because sometimes the greatest gift we can give ourselves and each other is the gift of a good laugh. So go forth, my fellow humans, and embrace the art of the fail. May your stumbles be epic, your spills be legendary, and your laughter be contagious. And with that, my friends, I bid you adieu. Keep those cameras rolling, those phones recording, and those funny bones tickled. Because the world is full of epic fails just waiting to be discovered, and I, for one, can't wait to see what hilarious mishaps you capture next. Until next time, keep on stumbling, keep on laughing, and remember, life is too short to be anything but utterly, wonderfully, hilariously human.